Chapter 4, God's Love and God's Solution. By this point in our journey, the situation may seem hopeless. We have seen that all people are sinners. We have seen that God's standard is perfect and that none of us have met it. We have learned that the law reveals our guilt but cannot remove it. Like a mirror, it shows us the problem but provides no cure. If the story ended there, there would be no hope for any of us. Every person would stand guilty before a holy God, unable to erase the past, unable to undo their sins, and unable to save themselves. But the story does not end there. In fact, this is where the most beautiful part of the story begins. The Bible reveals that although God is holy and just, He is also loving and merciful. His justice demands that sin be dealt with, but His love desires to save sinners. Throughout Scripture, these two truths stand side by side. God never compromises His holiness, yet He reaches out in mercy toward those who have rebelled against Him. Perhaps no verse expresses this more clearly than John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. These words reveal the heart of God. God did not look upon a fallen world with indifference. He did not abandon humanity to its fate. He did not leave sinners to find their own way back to Him. Instead, He took the initiative. He provided the solution that mankind could never provide for itself. Notice that God's answer to the problem of sin was not another set of commandments. He did not give a new list of rules and tell people to try harder. He did not establish a system by which sinners could earn their way into heaven. God's solution was not a religion. God's solution was not a philosophy. God's solution was not human effort. God's solution was a person. That person was Jesus Christ. From the very beginning, God's plan of redemption centered on His Son. At exactly the right time in history, the eternal Son of God entered the world He had created. He did not cease to be God, yet He took upon Himself human nature and lived among mankind. This is one of the great mysteries and wonders of the Christian faith. The Creator entered His creation. The Eternal One stepped into time. The Son of God became the Son of Man. Jesus experienced life as we do. He knew hunger, weariness, sorrow, rejection, and temptation. He walked the dusty roads of Israel. He spoke with ordinary people. He shared in the struggles and realities of human life. Yet there was one crucial difference between Jesus and every other person who has ever lived. He was without sin. Temptation came to Him, but He never yielded to it. Opportunities to do wrong presented themselves, but He never chose them. Every thought, every word, and every action was perfectly pleasing to His Father. The writer of Hebrews tells us that He was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin, Hebrews 4 verse 15. This is why Jesus stands alone in human history. Where Adam failed in the Garden of Eden, Christ succeeded. Where the nation of Israel repeatedly failed, Christ succeeded. Where every man and woman has fallen short, Christ succeeded. He perfectly obeyed the Father. He perfectly fulfilled the law. He perfectly accomplished the will of God. For the first time since the fall of mankind, there stood a man who was exactly what God intended humanity to be. And because He was sinless, Jesus could do what no other person could ever do. He could become the perfect sacrifice for sin. The law required a perfect righteousness that we did not possess. Jesus possessed it. The penalty for sin required a payment that we could not make. Jesus was able to make it. The salvation that mankind could never achieve through its own efforts would now be provided through the one who came from heaven. The stage was set for the greatest act of love the world would ever witness. And that act would take place on a hill called Calvary.